What's up everybody, how's it going? This is Joey Elke here with another episode. This one's going to be small. I'm super excited about the new microphone that I got and I want to do a small little review on it. I've only had it for like 2 weeks, but I'm going to make a video anyway, so let's get into it. I recently purchased a new microphone. It's one of the high-end microphones. You may already saw from the title. It is the Manley Reference C. Look at it. Look at it. It is amazing. It is so sexy and it sounds absolutely insane. I've had the Audio Technica 4040, I've had the Baby Bottle Blue SL, I've had Neumann TLM 102, and this, I've also had the Sony C100. So this is the most expensive microphone I've gotten. It is definitely the highest end microphone I've ever had. And having this microphone plus good mixing and mastering skills makes you feel like you're there. You're just there. Like you hit that point, you hear the recordings and you're like, oh my. You're like, this is it. You're at that level and you just need to make good music and market the good music. So things that I've read about this microphone that I find to be completely true is people describe it as sounding liquid. I 100% see why it sounds like liquid, because when it comes to less expensive microphones, there's a lot happening in the transients. Sometimes it can even sound harsh or brittle or trying to sound fat and big, so it just ends up sounding harsh. Something like this sounds so pleasing to the ears, and people describe it as bright, which is very interesting to me because I really don't think of this microphone as that bright. It's crazy. I expected something different, because when you're working on it, you realize how much information is actually in the lower mids. It has this big body of information. So when I'm working on my speakers, and you see I have my Yamaha HS7s and my Genelec 8030Cs, Genelec, I was amazed by how much I didn't feel like I was getting on the HS7s. When I switched to the Genelecs, I was like, whoa, almost all the information on this comes through on the Genelecs. Not so much on the HS7s. That's interesting to me. And what it tells me is that this signal is actually incredibly warm, because inside of here is a tube. It's like, it looks like a little light bulb, like a little cylinder light bulb almost. And that's what gives it part of its sound. And what's cool is I can unscrew this right here. You can see it. I can unscrew that and I can actually take it out, take out the tube and put in another tube, which they don't necessarily suggest it, but they show you how to do it. On the Manley site, they show you how to take this, put in a tube that you want. I think that's amazing, because I'm gonna probably order a Telefunken tube and a tube to add a little bit high-end sweetness to this, because it comes in sounding so fat and so warm. I think it is a little brighter because it has a lot of detail on the high end, and that is a good thing. I want detail on the high end. I want to have all that detail. This is like some of the most detailed recordings I've ever had. So now I'm playing around with like Tube Tech plugin emulations. I'm seeing what Pultec sounds like on it, all the CLAs. I'm seeing what everything sounds like on it now, because I just feel like I'm having to learn. I'm not relearning how to mix, but my mixing techniques are gonna be getting different compared to what I've been doing with microphones like this. Even something like Neumann U87 recordings, are different compared to this. The Neumann U87 sounds how I would expect it to sound on the Yamahas, and sounds how I would expect it to sound on the Genelecs. This was just such a stark difference between the information on the Yamaha versus the information on the Genelecs. Just very impressive. I'm super happy. This microphone full price is $3,500. Guitar Center has them used for $2,200, so I got mine from Guitar Center, and it's probably centered on me. Just absolute mint condition. I could not be happier with the condition of it. It comes with the power supply box. The wire plugs into this, plugs into the power supply box, and then the wire, TRS goes into my Apollo, goes into the power supply box. And what's cool about this is, since it is tube, how it sounds when you first plug it in is different than how it sounds after being plugged in for 2 hours, because the tube physically gets hot and it gets warm, which makes the signal warmer. That's crazy. It's real nerdy stuff, definitely audio engineer stuff to geek out about, but as the tube physically gets hotter from being plugged in longer, it affects the tone of the recording. That's so cool. That's so cool. But yeah, I love it. It's amazing. Just wanted to show you guys the new microphone I got. I'm in the Metro Atlanta area. I'm an audio engineer out here. I record, I mix, I master, but I'm not doing music. I am a real estate agent. Sold a listing and bought a microphone. I'm trying to do this again this year. So if you want anything, hit me up, contact me to do any kind of work. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll hopefully come through with more review videos soon and other things and show music that I'm working on with different artists.